It is a historic week for U.S. agriculture with the Phase 1 signing with China and the passage of the USMCA in the Senate. And as the industry continues to review and dive into the logistics of both deals, we turn our attention now to the beef sector. And Kent Bacus with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association joins us for an update. Happy to start with some good news, Kent. Let's start with the USMCA and the value that this deal holds for U.S. beef producers.
Well, we're very excited about the passage of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement because for the U.S. beef industry, this allows us to continue to have unrestricted, duty-free access to both the Canadian and Mexican markets. These are billion-dollar markets for us. We sell a lot of beef to Mexico that Americans find less desirable, and we sell that beef at a premium. In Canada, we also are able to capitalize because of our close proximity to their urban populations in the eastern provinces. So, NAFTA was good for us because it helped us provide a lot of beef at competitive prices to both those countries. USMCA continues that, but it also brings NAFTA into the 21st century, and that's a win for U.S. beef producers.
Yeah, it needed a facelift, and it certainly got one. Now, switching gears to the logistics of the China Phase 1 deal, what does the removal of a non-tariff trade barrier mean for U.S. producers?
Well, the focus for a lot of folks when you talk about China has been tariffs, but for the beef industry, the true barriers have been on the non-tariff side. So those are a lot of the non-science-based restrictions, things like the BSE restrictions, the arbitrary restrictions that only allowed us to sell beef from cattle that were slaughtered under 30 months of age. That has been removed under this new deal. China also recognizes our traceability system, our ability to track where our products are coming from. So with the access that we had from 2017, we were required to tag those animals at their place of birth and then be able to trace that at their point of slaughter. Those requirements are now going to be lifted. That means we're going to have more cattle that are eligible for the markets. But probably one of the biggest game changers for us is the fact that China is going to establish maximum residue levels on some commonly used veterinary compounds, including zeranol, trenbolone, and melangestrol acetate, which are all hormones. And these are commonly used FDA-approved technologies that really give us an advantage in our industry, help us produce efficiently. And honestly, this is going to allow us to send a lot of the same beef that we produce for American consumers to Chinese consumers without all these other impediments. We think that as the years come and as we develop this market, that China could easily be one of our top export markets.
Okay, well, we know that NCBA has been on the ground in D.C. advocating for our farmers, for our ranchers, of course, when it comes to both the China deal and USMCA. We thank you for all the work you put in. NCBA Senior Director of International Trade and Market Access, Kent Bacus. Glad to talk to you about some good news today. We turn our attention